name is Gibi Kaule, a former Ugandan international player, son of a murdered father in the previous Rouge regimes of Obote II, son of a widow who had to work so hard to make sure that she gives us what we needed to become what we are. I'm appealing to football lovers. I'm appealing to FIFA. I'm appealing to our president, who is a man of integrity, a man that achieved so much with his dream. I'm one of those that worked so hard when I started to play football because I knew it's the only thing that could give me a life. And I worked so hard. I was one of the best players. I went to the national team. I was only earning $5 each time I played football. And when I went to the big clubs, I was earning $20. And when I went to the national team, I couldn't actually get enough to help myself to turn professional. And with the use of only 30 pounds, I managed to go by bus to South Africa and went through 9 countries in search for my dream with determination, desire, and drive. Mr. Jomosono from South Africa gave me an opportunity, and I turned professional. And to date, all the experience I got is what I've lived on and try to help other players because I didn't want them to go through the same experience. And I'm calling upon FIFA president with the reasons that I'm about to state. I'm asking you to intervene in Uganda's corruption in football because former players have been suppressed. I'm one of them, and we ask you to intervene in our football. Mr. Infantino, the federation led by Mr. Magogo, with a lot of inexperience, are leading and taking charge of the league. They are taking charge of the under-17, the women's league. And in this federation, there is no one that has the experience or has a trace of any football excellency. Mr. Magogo was involved in the illegal sale of 120 tickets, World Cup tickets that were sold to an American, Mr. Howard Schwartz. It is very sad that to this day, we made all efforts to get to FIFA and appeal, but all our efforts have been frustrated. I don't really know, is it because Mr. Magogo is bragging that Mr. Infantino is a close associate of his, and it's the reason why he came to Uganda? I doubt that. But I'll tell you something, football lovers, Mr. Magogo still has manipulated the constitution, changed it several times to suit and bribe all the delegates in the assemblies to try to keep himself into power. I appeal to you, Mr. Infantino, and FIFA at large. I do know that you have a lot of work. I do know that FIFA is doing a lot of work to promote football. But with Uganda's poverty, Uganda, one of the second poorest country, we do not need this to happen and to continue. On the qualification of the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon, Ugandan players were invited by the president of Uganda, who is a generous man and a giver because he appreciates success and achievements. The president, on calling the players, some of the players had gone to Nigeria. Mr. Magogo, with his craftiness, he organized a couple of people plus some players that have not been in the national team the last 1 year and a half. A player called Edward Mwanga was maneuvered into the president's state house. When the president realized, because he's a smart man, he said, does this one also play? Then Mr. Magogo lied and said, yes, he is also part of the team. The president was very smart. He said, I will speak with the captain because the rewards will go through the players themselves. Just like the previous meeting when Mr. Magogo took the players to the president's state house and the players said, we only want to talk to the president minus the president of the federation. This shows the players don't have trust in him. The president of the country is continuously monitoring what is going on because he's a very, very intelligent man. And I am requesting FIFA, we have had enough. Our former players are impoverished. They are dying. The federation has no plan for players that have played football. and have retired. They don't have a plan. They don't have a healthcare plan. They have nothing. I'm appealing to football lovers and all the people around the world to come in, because Uganda has had various great talents all over the world, like Justin Juko, who fought against Floyd Mayweather, John Beast Mugabe, who fought Marvin Hagler. We have Akibua, who won a gold medal. We have so much talent here, but this continuous mismanagement is really, really killing us. Despite the existence of experienced people such as I, agents like me who even pays the federation $2,000, we have been sidelined in doing anything that has to do with football decisions or even alluring sponsors to the league. Mr. Magogo, on the 31st of May 2018, he told the whole country and lied with his friends by showing the whole world that they had secured sponsorship through a company called Sports Broadcasting Company. This company had never done any business. They just wanted to manipulate sponsorship because they wanted to take the bonuses. And in fact, that is what they have done. They've written a letter to show that they wanted to take 5% of everything, of the outcome of the 10-year deal to sponsor more than 80 football clubs with only 7 million. This kind of sponsorship, I doubt that someone who has a mandate that to stay as a president of the federation that ends in 2 years, how can you be on top of negotiating a 10-year deal and yet you will not be in office? They just wanted to do this dubious deal so that they get these bonuses. This is very unfair. This is pure corruptness. I appeal to the FIFA president. We have had enough. Uganda has more than 42 million, but 75% are youth. We know that the underprivileged like me, football has made a big difference. And for one person who is on top of the Women League, Mr. Magogo is on top of the Women League, and we know that it's getting sponsorship from FIFA, but there is no existence of a Women League. He is in control of the Youth League under 17. He is in control of the Premier League, the club's right to secure sponsorship. He's in control of the national team with no experience of football whatsoever or any experience as a former player or administrator. The unfairness and unprofessionalism of the federation can still be seen in the continuous promotion of personal interest. For example, the CEO of the federation, Mr. Edgar Watson, a former teammate of mine at the national team and at club level, 2 clubs, who knows very well that while we were playing, we were just earning $2, $3 for 2 years before we went to the big teams. And the big teams, we earn only $10 to $20. He has continued by using his office to promote his foundation, Edgar's, for the last 15 years. The Edgar's ball boys are the only boys that are entitled to go to international games in the stadium. We know how this experience can have a great reflection and a very great motivation for kids to even be inspired to become great players. For example, we know Guardiola, Pep, a great coach, was a ball boy. But through fairness, through the systems in Spain, he has become a great coach. We know Bernardo Silva, we know Bernard Lam. We appeal to football lovers all over the world. We want fairness in football. We appeal to FIFA, Mr. Infantino. If we have a CEO of the federation who is controlling football big decisions while he is promoting his academy boys, whereas he has no experience of even making a player, Mr. Edgars, despite this, he has never, through his academy, have one player being promoted or be exceptional in any youth or even in the national team, despite getting the support of sponsors and also using his position to manipulate his interests. Despite FIFA's continuous and tremendous support to our country through its goal projects and through technical and financial support, this money has been squandered. It has gone into personal accounts, and we have the Njeru Technical Center. It has taken 4 goal projects, approximately about $3.5 million. The Federation has made the public to believe that all 3 goal projects and the 4th one as well going to this technical center, that the value of this technical center is $3.5 million. Mr. Infantino, This technical center is worth only less than 10,000 US dollars because the land is in the east and it is very cheap. It's number one. These gold projects were to support the national team, to accommodate the national teams as as hotels, as facilities. But to this day, Uganda still rents hotels. This gold project is not worth $3.5 million. It's just 10,000 US dollars. All the money has been squandered. And the third gold project of it artificial turf has been sold to a local club. There is nobody that is making use of this artificial turf, and there is no one, no youths, no academies, despite people needing help and families spending money to take their children to academies and pay money. These facilities are not accessible to the public. Though ex-football players such as I honorably represented my country and so many others, the Federation has continually suppressed us. They have manipulated the Constitution, expelling the ex-FIFA, which is an association for the ex-internationals, the past 8 years, because of their personal interest, because they know our popularity in our playing days will get us back on top of the game. Mr. Magogo, the president of the Federation today, that is really squandering millions of dollars and billions of sponsorship money, has no trace in football in Uganda, be it as a player, be it in any management at any big level. And to this day, I'm requesting FIFA, Mr. Infantino, in England, former players are playing a big role in doing so many things, in coaching, in Europe, in France, in everywhere, in Russia, in America, ex-players are playing a very big role. And because of the system, the professionalism, the game is developing, the impoverished, the underprivileged are making it, and they are getting a place in society because of fairness. Mr. Infantino, my success doesn't reflect my background. As an orphan, as someone that came from a single parent home, a widow that had 9 children. I had to work every day. I had to do piece jobs to even get the equipment to play football. I had to be at washing bays to try to fund my equipment or even my kitting, even transport to the clubs. I played through my career. I achieved my goals. I was committed. I had the drive. I had the motivation to turn and make a difference and an impact in the world, around my community and all over the world. I have American players, I have promoted British players. Zesh Raymond is one of the outstanding players, the first Asian British player to play in the Premier League. I have a British player, Richard Langley. I have promoted coaches from Croatia like Bojan Hodak, one of the most successful coaches in Asia, Goran Kopunovic, who played the UEFA Champions League. All these coaches are under my management. I have experience to take my country forward. Mr. Infantino, I have been neglected, I have been suppressed, and what I've done for other countries, I want to do it in my country. I've been doing charity. I've been doing a lot of support in ghettos. Uganda has so many ghettos. I have been inspiring so many youngsters, doing donations all over Uganda. But the experience I'm showing outside my country, I have been suppressed to bring my experience here. Come in, Mr. Infantino.